back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances in 21 and 22, looking for even more than that this year. As Rutgers controls the opening tip, and we are underway. And here is the other super talented freshman from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, Dylan Harper. Now, Rutgers added 5 freshmen and 4 transfers. Zach Martini, one of the transfers, he tries the 3, and that is in and out. But Emmanuel Obole grabs the offensive board. Rutgers will keep it. And already Rutgers crashing the offensive glass. That is what Steve Peichel wants to see tonight.
And I love that action early on. Get your 1/3 of this 3-headed center monster, Zebo, Zach Martini, a clean look. He's only going to get more comfortable and knock those wide open shot opportunities down as the season progresses.
Now the grad transfer from Princeton, who was a leader of their run to the Sweet 16 2 years ago, trying to go even deeper with this Rutgers team.
Averaged 5 3-point attempts per contest last season for Princeton. So again, we talked with him before a couple of games recently. He's still working off some of those jitters. He'll get into the right headspace to be able to make open shots.
In for another Jersey guy, Jordan Durkak, and that will be goaltending for the first 2 points.
And in film session tomorrow, you can imagine that St. Peter's is going to be kicking himself, because I'm not sure Jordan Durkak was going to make this one. Kind of short-armed it.
Already some physicality in this game. St. Peter's has that billing. Very physical team. They've committed nearly 60 fouls in their first 2 games. Now bring your hard hats to this matchup. Inside it goes for Stefan Roberts, one of the veterans on the Peacock team, and he will go to the line.
And you see this position by Roberts right there. This is the versatility of Durkak. He can switch essentially 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5, using that big body. The former NEC Defensive Player of the Year. Coach Steve Peichel and his staff love to mention he was in NEC Defensive Player of the Year in a 2-3 zone, by the way. It's crazy to think about.
Good point. And Merrimack will come to town in a couple of weeks as well, as Roberts misses the first free throw. 5 of 10 on free throws so far for Roberts, coming back for 1 extra season after St. Peter's went to the NCAA tournament last year for the 2nd time in 3 years as the MAC champion. And both of them off the mark, but Mohamed Sow has the offensive rebound, and St. Peter's will reset. And here is Sow, one of the longest tenured players on the team. He can stretch it from behind the arc. Tries to go inside on Obole, but carried with it. Rutgers will get it back.
And that's what 6'10", 260, 270, trying to back down will do to you. It'll make you shuffle your feet and get your hand under that basketball and palm it, as you saw the referees call it right there on that last possession.
Full court pressure for St. Peter's. A lot like Rutgers defense is their calling card.
Yeah, and they've been very aware of trying to shoot the ball better, address that in the transfer portal this summer. Shot it well against Seton Hall in their last game.
Obole on the second effort, and he's headed to the free throw line. Good drive by Jeremiah Williams to set it up.
Big job, great job finding and locating that basketball. Manny Obole is a project that's progressing in the right direction. Again, 1/3 of this 3-headed center monster, and you saw Lathan Somerville's productivity in the last game. He was 20 plus minutes in that game. Obole only played 5 minutes, and there's going to be nights where you have him that's playing over 20 minutes, depending on what he's able to provide to the scheme that Coach Peichel and his staff is looking for, and physical plays like that will help his cause.
Obole definitely the most physical and imposing of Rutgers 3 centers. What did you say the other night, that he eats barbells for breakfast? He looks like it too.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
6'10", 270 for Obole. And Rutgers has scored the first 3 points. Bryce Eaton, one of the 6 transfers joining St. Peter's. He came from Central Michigan and can't float it in. That's knocked off of Durkak, and a reset for the Peacocks.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate play. Do a really good job. Get to the point of almost securing a rebound, and then nobody lays claim to it. And Eaton was a really good player for this St. Peter's team in that game against Seton Hall.
Mid-range jumper is good, and nice to see Marcus Randolph get in the action early, their top scorer over the first 2 games.
Yeah, local flavor out of Willingboro right there. That's a nice set. Under bounds, out of bounds play right there, and he just goes up into the shooting motion.
Durkak using the screen, controls the dribble, and gets to the tin. His defense is great, but Jordan Durkak last year was the NEC's best scorer as well. He can get it done at that level.
Yeah, averaged 17 points a game. He transferred up, used those broad shoulders. Coach Steve Michael calls him a bull, and plays like that when he's able to displace the defender shows you why.
17 points a game last year for Durkak at Merrimack. Wide open, Bryce Eaton licensed to shoot. Could not connect, but Ziegler shows off the hops to tip it in.
Yeah, and Ziegler's the wild card. He is very talented, but sometimes a little bit inconsistent. Good start from him. Rutgers has have to find his body and make sure that he's not getting easy chippy ones.
Dylan Harper yet to take a shot so far, and Rutgers will try to get him something here as he snakes his way free, and Durkak is open for 3. Williams on the tip-in. Oh, you see Rutgers athleticism at play.
Well, that left shoulder is a little bit sore, but it doesn't matter because he used the right one right there. Great job getting to that basketball for the veteran of this team, Unk as they call him, Jeremiah Williams.
The captain in his 5th year of college basketball, 2nd at Rutgers. Eaton can't float it in. And there's Martini with a man's rebound.
Vice grips for hands. And spoke with Steve Michael about what Martini means to the team as you see Durkak right in the corner and Jeremiah Williams flying in for the tip back opportunity. He lights up about what Martini does, all the small winning plays, and he mentioned 97% plus box out rate. Because in his area, he's going to hit you, he's going to locate, and he's going to secure that rebound for his team.
Yeah, Steve Pikel was funny when catching up with him and hearing what he thought about his team early in the year. There's nothing that he's particularly stoked about, right? He said so early in the year, nothing is set in stone. But if there's anything he wants his team to do better, it's the rebounding. Team rebounding especially.
Well, let me decode that coach talk for you. Nobody's happy with their team in the 2nd and 3rd game of any given season. You can always find different things to improve upon when you start to crunch the tape.
Rutgers will make changes for the first time, and a nice pop as 2 of the big contributors from the opener against Wagner check in. That's P.J. Hayes, the grad transfer from San Diego, and the freshman center, Lathan Somerville. Late in the shot clock now, and Rutgers forced to reset. Williams gathers, bullies his way inside, and couldn't convert.
Yeah, over-penetrator right there. I would like to see him whip that back up and trust the progression of his offense.
Brett Bland on the floor for St. Peter's, and that's his game. He's a 3-and-D kind of guard.
For sure, and you talk to Coach Bashir Mason. He wanted to go from having his team convert on 4 3-pointers a contest to around 7 or 8 a game, which will help balance out this offensive attack.
That's one of the areas St. Peter's thinks it's better at than last year. P.J. Hayes spot up and shoot. The shot went down, but it's an offensive foul on that screen.
Yeah, didn't allow the defender to get around.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Shed 20 pounds, got in the gym, and he seems like a guy every time that he touches the ball, good things are going to happen.
That seems like one of the main storylines with Rutgers, too. A lot of guys put in work during the offseason to get in the best shape possible, like Lathan Somerville, who just hit those free throws, shedding weight, putting on muscle, getting in the prime spot for this anticipated season.
Well, big year, and obviously a lot of hype, but it all starts in the work that you put in the offseason.
Rutgers back in front by 4. St. Peter's has not let the Scarlet Knights pull away in this first half. Had the answers. Bryce Eaton back on the floor, and the point guard's 3 goes down. First 3 points for Eaton coming out of Detroit.
And he led this team in scoring in the first half against Seton Hall. Hit the first 2 or 3 baskets from them with shots like that. He's a feel-good player. You got to run him off the three-point line.
Yeah, St. Peter's nearly upset Seton Hall in the opener. Somerville through contact, can't connect, and so beats Williams for the rebound.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there in the paint. He'll learn to kick that thing out, reestablish post position to get closer to the rim.
Eaton had the opening. Instead, Randolph tries to triple, and he got hit. Oh, we're headed the other way. That's going to be an offensive foul on Marcus Randolph for the way he followed through the three.
Yeah, can't kick your legs right there if you're Randolph. A little bit of acting, as you'll see right here in the replay. Jermichael Davis looks down at his feet and tries to make sure not to hit the shooter. And listen, you can try the Steph Curry-esque kick through, but in front of the referees at this level, they're going to call you every time.
Well, that foul on Randolph is his first, already 5 against St. Peter's. Back inside to the young fella, Somerville, and counted plus the foul.
You know what we call that one right there? Mouse in the house. You cannot switch a guard on the player of the ability of Lathan Somerville, giving up 5-6 inches in the paint. And you're not getting charge calls at this level anymore. It's something that they've removed from the game, allowing the offensive player to have the freedom of movement. And you see Lathan Somerville's playing with such extreme confidence, picking up where he left off against that game against Wagner.
Yeah, Somerville, what a debut. A rebound shy of a double-double with 11 points and a team best 9 rebounds.
And how about the superstition? Talk about good juju for players. You play well with a particular haircut. Listen, you got to come right back to it in the next game.
That's right. Steve Peichel in the post-game press conference said he's not changing the hair now. Well, the free throw will not go. It's 3 points for Somerville and a 3-point edge for Rutgers. Inside, Randolph will get himself to the line this time.
Randolph right here, extreme aggression, big body at 6'5", known as typically a catch and shoot 3-point guy, but if he's going to drive, listen, he is not passing, doesn't really see the floor very well, so trust the scouting report. I thought he did an okay job of getting over right there, but maybe a step quicker. There's no whistle called on that play.
The foul on Somerville is his first, and Marcus Randolph, a good free throw shooter at 75%. One of 2 guys for St. Peter's named preseason all-conference, him and Muhammad So. Top returning scorer from a year ago, but he only had 6.5 points a game. Sort of speaks to how much left Jersey City after the NCAA run.
Wagner doing what it does. They like to muck games up. Keep it close. Keep it in the 57 to 65 point range. So once the second half gets down to the latter portions, they have a shot to try to steal one.
St. Peter's has been in pressure basically all night. Hasn't bothered Rutgers. Somerville once again inside and didn't get the friendly roll.
Didn't get the lift right there that he was expecting. Got to make sure you explode up. Good rule of thumb is just go try to dunk the basketball.
Randolph for the lead. No. You see everybody for Rutgers looking up. It's not just grabbing a rebound and finding the outlet guy. It's getting the rebound and let's push.
Yeah, the pass ahead beats any transition defense trying to get back on the play.
Skip it. Hayes. He's got the quick trigger. Didn't want to pull it.
Keep going.
Williams, 5 on the timer, grinding his way inside, and Rutgers has gotten in tight, just not hit him.
That's a tough bump right there. Williams took right there, but not a high percentage shot. Was a little bit off balance when that shot attempt.
Yeah, step back 3, not a high percentage either. Good catch by Somerville. Spinning through traffic. That will go. And that's the impressive athleticism of the 6'10" freshman.
I love how he catches, but also how he uses his back to shield away the defense. That's a feel thing. It allows you to survey, and he saw with the spin, then he could go attack.
Lathan Somerville has 6 points in the first half. Had some wow plays in the opener, and he's got a steal as Acuff knocked it away. Threading the needle for Harper, who got hit, and hit hard at that.
But you like the disposition. And how about Acuff? Got a guy that averaged over 21 points a game coming in, making a sacrifice, becoming a playmaker. He's an excellent passer. And Dylan Harper trying to completely put defenders in the rim. Talk about being a young player, mature behind his years. It's playing with a reckless abandonment like that, stepping up from high school to college, that proved that he's ready to play.
Steve Peichel asking if they were going to go to the monitor to check that out. They will not. You saw Harper grimacing a little bit. Well, Rutgers has 5 freshmen. They need to contribute for this team to really thrive, and Somerville contributing early already.
Somerville's been doing his thing, running the floor. Talk about why it's so important to get in shape. It's so you can beat your opposing big defender down the court and make plays. He's so skilled, has such a good feel for the game. Really playing well early on.
And the freshman 5 trying to lead Rutgers to the promised land come March and April. Once again, a 4-point Rutgers edge. It's the largest it's been tonight. Eaton gives it up to Randolph, who takes the quick 3 and drains it. Marcus Randolph has a pair of 3s tonight. Jordan Durkak back on the floor and traveled as he set.
And here's that ball pressure right there. You can't turn your back on this defense, because as soon as you do, the help is coming. You put that basketball down, you better believe these pesky defenders and smaller guards from St. Peter's are going to try to jump on that back.
Now Rutgers going with an older lineup surrounding the freshman Harper. Got the grad students Hayes, Acuff, Martini out there as Randolph says, I'm getting hot. St. Peter's leads.
Yeah, 2 for 3 right now for Marcus Randolph. Came into this contest stroking it at around 30% from triple. Well, he's building on that percentage with each possession.
Harper split the double going downhill. There's Martini on the cleanup. Looked like he got hit. The Peacocks press the issue, and Hayes has the stuff, but Jaquel Morris follows it up.
Yeah, next play mentality. Great job by Morris on cleanup duty. Put his chin on the rim and was able to get to that basketball first.
Durkak explodes and gets hit.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Piscataway, play with Harper and Bailey.
And that's great stuff, Eddie. And for all the grad transfers that wanted to come here, there were even more that were afraid of the moment. So you got to credit this team for making sacrifices and not being fearful of taking a cut in their productivity.
Oh, poise from the captain, Zach Martini, to lay it in. Broken possession, it pays off for Rutgers.
But guess who delivered the pass right there? P.J. Hayes. Great sight line on the backside. And how about that catch by Zebo Zach Martini? One hand, pump fake, getting high off the glass.
Forcing inside. Morris, no, but they're so on the offensive glass where St. Peter's has had some success.
Yeah, and that second help line came over. Somerville was able to detect and defer the shot. Has to be a third guy that now helps him when he goes up to try to get the basketball.
5 offensive rebounds and 8 second chance points for the Peacocks.
Look at this catch. And you got 2 shot blockers coming over. A little bit of a rise of the shoulders, gets the shot blocker off the ground. Somerville comes over. Sal gets it back up quickly. But again, help defense doesn't stop when the first guy comes over. The third guy has to come in. If a fourth guy is necessary, you got to close out the possession.
And Steve Peichel says team rebounding is our goal. Rutgers got out-rebounded in the opener against Wagner, and then in the exhibition even before that against St. John's. Oh, it's a 1-and-1. Jeremiah Williams was the only one who realized. That was just the 9th foul for St. Peter's, and Rutgers veterans rise to the occasion for the points.
And there goes that man, sticking his nose in there, making small winning plays. P.J. Hayes is going to be a superstar role player in the Big Ten.
They're roaring once again at Rutgers. Eaton pulls up for 3. And Somerville has a good block out for the board. Rutgers will use a timeout here before halftime. Try to talk through things because the Scarlet Knights should get 2 possessions out of this.
And headsy play right here. Nobody recognizes it, but Jeremiah Williams is able to get this basketball back first to the rock, and then team movement. Understanding that if guys are staring at the basketball, there are areas to cut to behind the defense, and PJ Hayes gets there.
This is the sort of unscripted stuff that just playing games helps you do well, right?
Yeah, and that also points to the importance of communicating every single time you go to the free throw line. You got to have guys corralling the group and letting people know we're shooting 2, 1-on-1 situation, so you're not having the whole entire team sitting on the court staring at the rock when it's coming off the rim. Late, the three-point looks will come as the offense organically builds.
They run it through Dylan Harper. Fading away from traffic. No, there's Somerville on the offensive rebound. Forcing his way to the rim. Give me the 2 points, he says. And St. Peter's will take a timeout again. One more possession for St. Peter's before halftime. Morris taking it himself, now sharing to So, who got open on the pick and roll.
That is a heck of a decision by Morris. Coming off tight on that ball screen, draws 2 of the defenders and drops it off at the last minute.
Shot clock turned off with 10 seconds remaining. Harper pulls up, back rim, and So's got the rebound. St. Peter's will carry a 5-point lead into the locker room. St. Peter's has not beaten a Big Ten school since Purdue in the Elite Eight.
2-3 zone look, sorry to cut you off. Mixing back in between a man look as well, throwing a different defensive look.
Trying to give that guy, Marcus Randolph, something different to look at. Randolph had 16 points in the first half, and stopping him has got to be, I imagine, the #1 key here.
Oh yeah, it's going to be paramount because you see your star player get going, feeling good. Not only does it draw an additional body at him, but then it's an imbalanced floor. He can spray it when he draws 2 and other guys start to get into the groove and feeding off of his momentum as well.
And that foul was the 2nd on Randolph. Dylan Harper finds the back door wide open.
And young players, if you're getting dribbled at defensively on the weak side, you better believe 99% of the time the offensive player is going to cut back door on you. Beautiful play.
Harper, the first Scarlet Knight into double digits with 11 points after his game-high 20 in the win over Wagner on Wednesday. Most points by a Rutgers freshman in his debut in 52 years. That's how good Harper's been. Randolph contested 3. It's long, and there's Harper reaching for the rebounds. And hurried the outlet, but it's out of play. Tyreek Morris had his tippy toes on the line.
And that's a nice job of Harper coming back as a guard to help gang rebound. And how about that cut back door? Starting off the second half with a bang out. It's a great way to build a foundation of getting feet in the paint and letting your offense build off of that.
And pretty clear that Dylan Harper is already at home in Jersey Mike's Arena, the same building that he saw his older brother Ron rock for 5 seasons.
So cool seeing Dylan and his father going to support Ron in his recent G League game in Long Island as well.
Ron doing good things in the pros, some time with Toronto now in Maine's, in the Celtics G League team, the Maine Celtics.
Not a bad NBA franchise to be a part of, as you see Dylan Harper again forcing the issue, those broad shoulders. He seeks contact.
Left alone on the 3, it's good, and Harper is heating up.
And this coaching staff is imploring time to get a stop.
Morris with under 10 around the world, runs into Obole. That's not the guy you want to meet inside.
It's a nice job by Big Manny, staying vertical, rim protecting without fouling, taking on that role that used to be Cliff Amore's last season.
Obole chairs for Williams and cannot give Rutgers the lead.
And a little hitch right there in the shot, a good look, quality getting his feet down right there, but just came up a little bit short for 25, Jeremiah Williams.
That's 2 points for Williams so far, 1 of 5 shooting. Morris was trying for the roller Roberts, instead Rutgers has it. And Williams is ahead of the pack, Rutgers on top. Randolph spinning away. Morris alone for 3. In and out. And there's Roberts with the rebound and the foul.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call whatsoever. Roberts does a great job of doing his work early. As you'll see, he's able to get 2 on the net, but I don't think you reward guys if they don't go up with an aggressive nature or toughness. He was off balance, and he kind of just flipped it up at the rim.
Now Roberts, we've talked about veterans. He is one as well, a grad student. Second year at St. Peter's. He's been around the block in college hoops. So has Jeremiah Williams, who gave Rutgers the lead a moment ago. Smart leak out.
But look at this absolute dime of a pass from Durkak. So hard to hit ahead in one dribble to put it on the money, and smart move by Williams to catch it in motion and go up before the shot blocker comes over.
1 out of 2 for Roberts, so it's a 1-point Rutgers edge. The Scarlet Knights' first lead since the 8:26 mark of the first half. Williams driving again. Oh, Bole! Big slam!
And that play is made by the aggression of Jeremiah Williams. Draws 2, throwing up those goggles because he knew that was a dime and a half.
First bucket of the season for Emmanuel Obole. And probably the loudest one of the bunch. So, pull up and pop. Wow. The big fella can stroke it from distance.
And not typically his game. He has the ability to knock it down as he works on it, but a 27.3% three-point shooter makes Rutgers pay right there. Look at his job. Drawing 2, finding Big Manny hanging on rims. Big fella came to play, but Sal coming back with an answer of his own, knocking it down and quieting this crowd.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Even as Rutgers expands the advantage, the defense has been good. You saw the knockaway there. No buckets for St. Peter's in more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I thought they were a step slow at certain points in the first half. This second half, they have been in all the right gap protections, really, really responsible in man-to-man principles and helping one another out.
Harper, air ball. Adetokunbo Bakare driving, and the first time we're saying the fifth-year senior's name, a guy who's been all around the map in college basketball, most recently at the NAIA level, Texas Wesleyan. Most importantly for St. Peter's, it is their first made basket since more than 16 minutes was on the clock.
Yeah, it just takes one to stop the bleeding. And how about Bakare getting downhill, quick, decisive move off the catch. And again, sometimes it's better just to get it up on the glass if you are not a taller player to dissuade a shot blocker coming over and pinning.
The play was stopped there because of that Brent Bland hobbling, and the referees spotted it, and so they allow him to come off. Tyreek Morris re-enters for St. Peter's. Jeremiah Williams on for RU. Harper against Richmond. That was a tough up and under. Bakare will try the three. It's good. They were sharp from distance in the first half, just 2 of 7 from 3 after halftime.
Yeah, only a 53.8% shooter previously, but he rose up with confidence, and he's building after having that previous layup going.
Somerville through the contact and got the late call.
I think he faked himself into the defense, getting back into the picture. Sometimes it's better to just go quick. He could have just turned and shot that one as opposed to going to the ball fake. It's a nice looking stroke right there from Encore. And again, Lathan Somerville likes to use those angles. He likes to use that body to be able to create them. But I think one of the next steps of his progression is learning when to go quick and then also being able to gauge when it's best to slow down.
The foul is on Jaquel Morris, his 4th. So he joins Armani Ziegler on the bench with 4. Now one more for Somerville, who can hit some free throws as well. Really can do it all, it seems like.
Such an added feature to have a big who, when he does take contact, you know it's pretty much guaranteed to go in because of a spooky stroke at the free throw line.
Somerville 4 of 5 at the line, 12 points tonight. Rutgers turning up the defense once again. Roberts trying to get Randolph free. On the roll, Roberts got blocked by the rim. Hayes on the blow-by, finds the open man. Unselfish basketball from Rutgers, but a giveaway. Adetokunbo Bakari's come in and just tried to change the game for St. Peter's.
And this is a nice job. He closes out short on Durkak and is able to anticipate where he is going as a line driver and takes it right on the chest. Small winning plays he's making for this St. Peter's team to try to swing the momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, try to give St. Peter's its first victory of the season after single-digit losses to Seton Hall and UMass Lowell to start. Rutgers trying to go to 2-0 after that convincing victory over Wagner, but it has had to work for everything tonight against St. Peter's. Bakare, step back, smooth, and he's got a quick 7 points.
Only 3 points and 3 rebounds against Seton Hall in the last game, but he has been ridiculously confident over the last 3 to 4 possessions.
He didn't even play in the first half, Bakare. Williams out of control. How did he find Somerville? That seemed impossible.
That's nasty right there. And that's trust and belief and continuity building between these two. Just knowing that your guy is going to be there, but also able to catch something that's a bit unorthodox for most big guys to go and get.
There's been some globetrotter basketball from Rutgers in these first couple of games. Randolph, rhythm 3, yes sir. Marcus Randolph picking up where he left off in the first half. Durkak ahead of everybody, got hit.
Yeah, first bucket for Randolph right there since he really went on a nice scoring attack in the first half. And how about that pass from Jeremiah Williams? Eyes in the back of his head. He knows the big fella's over there somewhere, just throw it in direction.
They're dealing with foul trouble now when Rutgers is in the bonus the remainder of the game.
Yep. And this is a case in point of when fouling too much works against you, but you better believe that Bashir Mason crew is going to try to come out here and be the tougher team that sets the rules. Can't call a foul every single time down the court if you're a referee. So if you can get away with being a little bit overly handsy, you can think how many games that can actually pay dividend for you.
Of course, Rutgers has to capitalize on those freebies. 11 of 16 at the line tonight, 69%. Bakari for Randolph. Morris pulls up for 3. Back of the rim. Randolph went spiraling away. It will be St. Peter's ball, no foul.
See that basketball comes off the rim and bodies are flying and hitting. Durkak trying to be first to it. Him and Randolph a little bit of collision, aggressive play on.
That's a good thing for Rutgers. That was not called a foul. It would have been the 4th one on Jordan Durkak.
Yeah, he's playing big minutes for this team.
He's done a little bit of everything for RU tonight as well. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Bakari, oh, a wedgie.
Nice little neck ball right there. Probably get one of those every 3 or 4 games as you see it. Still so tough to do.
Take 100 shots. Could you do that once purposefully?
No. I remember back growing up shooting around in the driveway, you would get a couple, but.
Give me 100 shots, I can do it 15 times accidentally.
Also, I don't take jump shots. I only take jump hooks.
Right, fair. Randolph all alone, yes. 1 point game. Marcus Randolph cooking once again.
He sure is. The star player is showing that he is ready for this moment from deep.
Williams through the screen, stumbles, still has it, and Rutgers gets the timeout. Can St. Peter's overcome the 5 on the floor and the 8,000 in the seats at a sold-out Jersey Mike's Arena? Durkak in the passing lane and very nearly had the steal.
And half a smidge too slow, but the aggressive, quick first step playing passing lanes, reading the eyes. If he goes with his inside hand right there, I think he has a play on and a fast break opportunity.
Morris forcing inside. Durkak there for the rebounds. He makes the play in the end.
Small plays. This guy Durkak is an ultimate gamer.
Harper, attack mode, fouled.
And you got, this St. Peter's program, again, as we alluded to via Eddie, that is putting Jersey basketball back on the map and through their play in the NCAA tournament, as Dylan Harper converts for 2.
And a Rutgers team that's trying to put Jersey basketball on top of the college basketball world. Its lead is 5, and its fans are on their feet again. Morris over Martini, that's a tough shot, and Durkak's got another board.
And Durkak has been playing MVP basketball defensively, and he's getting every rebound over the last couple of minutes.
Harper will take the air out of the ball. St. Peter's hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. And in that time, Rutgers has reclaimed the lead. Harper on Randolph. Williams wide open. Ooh, back rim, no. Morris has it. Bland for 3. Wide right. And Davis got fouled on the rebound attempt. We're coming up on the final minute now. St. Peter's might be thinking about fouling and extending this game.
Yeah, they could definitely potentially be game planning, especially consider some of the personnel, but luckily for Rutgers, I mean, if you want a guy to go to the free throw line looking at percentages, it's Jamichael Davis looking at his statistics from last year. Only converting around 52% for his freshman year.
And Davis tonight 0 for 2 at the line.
I'd imagine also a pressure look as well to burn clock for Rutgers, speed up St. Peter's when they get into the half court.
St. Peter's needs a basket. Morris for the roller, Roberts. And there was a foul. You talk about not being able to hear yourself. I think you could barely hear the whistle on that.
Yeah, you got Dylan Harper coming over a little step too late in the back line and help defense, swipes at the basketball. And you got Roberts, a 64.3% free throw shooter last season at the free throw line.
Imagine trying to shoot into that student section.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. I remember being out there in some highly contested, high rivalry games, and again, just drifting off, looking at the student section doing their thing. But if you're Rutgers here, you got to box and corral.
Missed them both. Tipped out. St. Peter's ball.
And that's what I mean. It's so important to communicate whose responsibilities are who. Now St. Peter's has an extra possession. And it doesn't matter that he just missed 2. Now they'll get another opportunity to draw this lead back in from 6 points currently for RU.
Now, of course, this is reviewable, and so the referees will do just that. Randolph in for So. Bakari back on the floor.
Rutgers switching 1 through 5.
So tries a 3. No. And Martini flies in for the rebound. The captain comes up clutch for Rutgers.
Big time tracing of the rock. Martini running back to the basketball, playing the odds of Sal not being the greatest three-point shooter. It's again reading that basketball and how it's going to come off the rim from that angle. And this is what he's on the floor for as well, his ability to knock down free throws late in the game.
These are Zach Martini's first free throws as a Scarlet Knight. 83% last year for Princeton. Cool as a captain. 8-point game. And Davis commits the foul, trying to get through the So screen. That will be the 7th on Rutgers. So it puts St. Peter's on the line. That'll be a 1-and-1.
Double bonus here for Rutgers.
Tyreek Morris, this is his first free throw of the night. In and out. Harper the rebounds. Rutgers has come up with all of the game-changing rebounds down the stretch.
Yeah, and it's a matter of how long does St. Peter's wait until they foul. Oh, and he traveled.
Wow. Right in front of the referee. St. Peter's still hanging on, though. The difference is 3 possessions.
I think Dylan Harper was anticipating going to the free throw line right there, but picks up that pivot.
Randolph, he's been St. Peter's leader tonight. 22 points. That's a 2. Front of the rim. Harper's got another one. Martini ahead for Durkak. The path is clear, and Rutgers will get it done tonight. One more try from Morris, no good. Rutgers' first real test of this highly anticipated season, and the Scarlet Knights pass it with a 10-point win over St. Peter's.
That's as gutsy of a win, led again by a dynamic freshman duo of Dylan Harper with 24 points, Lathan Somerville with 14. The Scarlet Knights close it out on an 11-0 run.